Tony, I don't know that there was a player, at least based on the feedback that I receive here every day talking Buckeyes football and college football across the board, that received as much criticism on this Ohio State football team last year than one Bryson Shaw, who's entered the transfer portal. If you just open up a stat sheet and say, I'm third on the team in tackles, obviously he was out there the whole time, but some of those plays during the Oregon and Michigan games, the Oregon game in particular, not so pretty. But Bryson Shaw, Legend Cavazos have decided to hit the transfer portal.
Yeah, Bryson Shaw is what, Donnie Nicky 2.0, except he didn't have the 4 years as a starter, just the 1 year as a starter. Thrust into a situation last year when Josh Proctor went down that he did his best, but obviously you have some issues, and when you're the last line of defense, that's a lot of pressure to put on a guy. So yeah, he transfers out mid-spring, as does Legend Cavazos. I see the super chat from Ryan Dawes. What are the impacts of the two safety transfers? And really, both guys have been passed up by younger players. Even though Bryson Shaw was working with the ones at boundary safety on Saturday, he's really been passed by Josh Proctor and Court Williams, essentially, and he's going to be competing to be that. He would have been competing to be that third guy. And, he was free safety last year. He gets moved again, as I said, to strong safety. So you've already been moved from one position to another. And now because Jim Knowles, and Steve can answer this when it's his turn. I don't know that Jim Knowles has ever said the two words Bryson Shaw yet since he's been hired to reporters. And so he's talked plenty about Ronnie Hickman. He's talked plenty about Court Williams. He has talked about Josh Proctor. I don't know that he has talked about Bryson Shaw much at all. And so, yeah, Bryson Shaw gets moved to the strong safety spot. The number 2 free safety at this point looks like it's true freshman Kai Stokes behind Ronnie Hickman. So when you've already put a freshman in where you thought you would be, and then you get moved, there's there's plenty of writing on the wall for that. So the impact there, I mean, you lose your number 3 tackler, but he wasn't really going to, I don't think, see much time on defense this year. And then Legend Cavazos, very similar situation, was playing corner and then gets passed by 2 second-year guys in Jordan Hancock and J.K. Johnson. And so he gets moved to nickel, where he's at best the third nickel right now behind Tanner McAllister and Cameron Martinez. So another instance of your position was taken from you. You moved to another position and you're behind 2 other guys. And so Ohio State was over the limit. They're still over the limit. So I don't know that Ohio State fought to keep either of those guys from leaving.
Steve, anything on the safety spots in the 2 transfer portal guys?
Yeah, I'll just throw in, I think Bryson Shaw was a good placeholder for them last year. Didn't really have anybody else to really play. I mean, it was them or freshmen last year, and they didn't want to push those freshmen in there too soon. But, just always seemed like, good enough player, but not good enough player in the big games against the best teams, and was exposed several times, taking bad angles and trailing on explosive big plays. And, again, his first taste of playing time, maybe he'll do better somewhere else that is more his speed. I don't know. Best of luck to him. I mean, all he ever did was try to do the best he could. I think that they've got 4 frontline safeties for 3 spots. When you talk about Tanner McAllister, Ronnie Hickman, Josh Proctor, and Court Williams. Court Williams, it didn't appear was healthy at the practice they had over the weekend. He was kind of standing in the back, taking mental reps. And, of course, Josh Proctor is coming back from a tough injury at the beginning of last season, I think an Achilles. So, those 2 are gearing up to be ready for the fall, but McAllister and Hickman are frontline guys who are practicing this spring. So they're getting plenty of reps and looking pretty good. So I agree with what Tony said. I just don't sense there was a real strong path to playing time. Certainly for Shaw, I think he was 5th best at best at the safety positions. And then Lejon Cavazos, you've got two quality corners, obviously, with Cameron Brown and Burke. And so, as he said, they tried to put him over at nickel to maybe get him a little bit extra work there. I think Ohio State saw him maybe more as a safety than as a corner. I think he views himself more as a corner than a safety and wants to find a place somewhere else where he can maybe play the corner position. So best of luck to him. Maybe there'll be a place closer to his home back in Florida or somewhere where he can get that opportunity, run the gamut from, Miami, Florida, Florida State, South Florida, Central Florida, down to Florida Atlantic. Maybe one of those schools or, somebody down that way would be perfect for him. But best of luck to him. Great Buckeye as well. Did everything that he was asked to do. Just, didn't work out for one way or another. And that's the way it works. Still 3 scholarships over on the 85-man limit. And I don't think they'll have a problem, obviously, getting to 85 or under that by the fall.